Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin going according to plan. Really good to see that those expected price increases are coming along. Talked about that yesterday, that in both of these also short-term scenarios, we always need to distinguish between the medium-term, the longer-term scenario, where I've been very, very clear about where I expect it to end, and the very short-term ones, which are basically where we are following that longer term path towards the larger target area between 20 and 29k, and then we've got this shorter term view. And in both of the scenarios that I presented to you yesterday, we were expecting rising prices, so good to see that that is coming along. Bitcoin 42k. We can see that, of course, across the board, this has a positive impact on many altcoins, especially here Solana. Talked about that here for Solana above $105, you can expect a breakout. And if you then have a catalyst like Bitcoin going up as well, that can lead to these nice 7% increase. So yeah, it's coming along, which is great, all within the scope and within the framework of the overall path that we are coming along. So looking here, this is what I primarily expect. You know, there are two short-term scenarios, but in both, as I said, I do expect rising prices in the next probably few days and maybe even weeks. And I also said yesterday that I expect here in the next few days to see a decision which scenario is going to play out. And of course we haven't got the decision yet. What we see, because in both scenarios we imminently expected price increases, we are seeing that. So why increases? So generally here, in this scenario what I have on the chart, where we have this 1 2 3 4 5 pattern, that initial wave down, in my opinion this could be a wave 1. Now in this scenario we haven't seen the wave 5 yet. Okay, so an impulse always consists of 5 waves. Overall, if you're new on this channel, what I expect is that in the end we are going to land here in the region between 20 and 29k, here in yellow, very clear. That has been on the chart since November, and we are getting into that direction at the moment. In my opinion, this is a clearly corrective move. I had someone already in the comments saying to me today that we are currently in an impulse starting a wave 3 to the upside. I can't see that because this is looking absolutely not impulsive what we're doing here. This is a clear correction at the moment, at least. I'm not saying that this could develop impulsively, but at the moment we're doing a clear correction in my opinion. Overall, this move down into the target area, this could describe only the first higher level wave, because also this last wave down will consist of 5 waves, and again these 5 again have subwaves, so that is just part of the Elliott Wave method. And this is currently where we are in this wave 4, and we are heading towards that next target area that I gave you yesterday as well, which is that 42.3k level. Let me see if that actually was 42.3, if I'm mixing things up here. Now let me take that out again. So taking those Fibonacci levels from the beginning of the third wave to the end of the third wave, and we can see that the ideal retracement, the ideal retracement for that fourth wave was here, the 42k level, or 41.9. that is the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement, and that was because in this scenario, let me just think. No, this would have been the wave 3, yes, and then this would have been the wave 4, and therefore yes. Okay, so we've already broken above the ideal level in this scenario. So this is 42k, but again there is still space in this target range, and next target for me would be the 43k. We then need to see how is the price reacting to that level, and it could even go to the next Fib level, the 61.8, the most relevant Fibonacci retracement level, but for a wave 4 actually not that relevant. So if we break above this 44k level, then we are probably in a scenario where we already completed the wave 3 here. This here then the wave 4, somewhere here. And the wave 5, let me just zoom out a little bit. That fifth wave was then down here at round about 38.2k, and that we already completed here this first impulse, and that this here was a larger wave 1 as I described yesterday, and that we are now in a wave 2. And then here in this wave 2, then this is also only a corrective wave. It just means we could move a little bit higher in this corrective wave, maybe even all the way up to 46.5k. But in both of these scenarios, I would expect the reversal down, and in then a next wave 3, which would come along fairly impulsive. Okay, and only, in my opinion, if we break above 48k, then we are talking again a little bit about this other direction where we probably go up a little bit even higher in different wave count. That would then be a wave B before we come down in a wave C in this last wave down. And in all scenarios, there's pretty much only two scenarios, two medium-term scenarios. But again, from both medium-term scenarios, we're going to land here in 20 to 29k in that area, and then here in those two short-term scenarios, also here in both scenarios we expect still rising prices, especially as we now broke the 38.2% fib level. So far going to plan, and you need to bear in mind that nothing moves in a straight line. You know, when I tell you that we're going to get, in my opinion, this can only be my opinion, what I see in the charts, that we are landing in this area between 20 and 29k. People oftentimes misunderstand and think this has to happen tomorrow. No, this is a medium-term view. I can't tell you how long that is going to take, unfortunately. You know, these are complex corrections, very complex waves that are playing out. And from a high-level point of view, this absolutely makes sense to me. But of course, in any move down, even such a strong move down into that region between 20 and 29k, even on this way, of course, you have corrections which are going to go up. So these corrections are absolutely necessary, otherwise it doesn't work. We need, even in a downtrend, corrections. We need those moves up as well, but they will eventually form lower highs and lower lows, just to explain that. So this is going according to plan. And let us take a look on the indicators if we have also a little bit more scope here on the indicators. And absolutely on the daily, I mean, I showed you that earlier today, that we had a potential breakout out of this bullish pennant. So that also broke out bullish. We had that flagpole and then a triangle trend continuation pattern. And this exactly here in the apex that was expected broke out. Now, in which direction it breaks out, we never know. But in this case, it was a trend continuation pattern, more likely also than to break up. And it did that. So this is the shorter term view. And the indicators certainly support higher prices. As I said, the daily, we were expecting here a bullish crossover on the MACD. If that is playing out, that can certainly give the price another push. So on the MACD here and on the RSI, we also are not yet overbought. Absolutely not. We're just getting into the bullish range on the RSI. So from that point of view, there is still space for further upside potential. Then I had a comment, and again, thanks for all your comments. I read them all, really, I do. And I really want to help people. And when I can, I reply. I don't always have the time, unfortunately. Time is limited. But I do honestly read all comments, and I try to react to them as much as possible. I had a comment about that I focus a lot now recently on shorter term perspectives, and that it would nice to get a little bit of a view of the longer term perspective as well for hodlers or swing traders. And I mean, that hasn't changed really. That view hasn't changed, and I still expect here the price to land in this yellow area between 20 and 29k. And I hope when we get into this area that we're actually going to hold this area. As I always say, there is of course a very low probability that we could go to all-time highs from here, but it is just so low because a running flat, that this could be a so-called running flat pattern, it is just so unlikely in such a higher degree correction as Bitcoin is doing it. Typically don't see it. We typically don't see it. It is the most or the rarest Elliott Wave pattern or Elliott Wave corrective pattern there is, a running flat. And I I have to go with probabilities. We can speculate. And someone said I have a bearish bias because I want to see the price go down. Yeah, but I don't really. I just have to go with probabilities, and an expanded flat, which what I see here is just the most likely what is usually happening. So there is no bearish bias. There is just what Bitcoin is normally doing in such a higher degree correction, and a running flat is just so unlikely. So why would I go with that? Just because I want the price to go up? Of course I want the price to go up, but it's just not happening at the moment, unless we can really see a change in the charts, and even then we could still see it and react to it in another retracement. So you're not going to miss anything on this channel. But again, for larger, for swing traders, I can also just tell you that we are not yet in a confirmed uptrend, and also I don't think we have seen the low yet. Of course, what I did, start to dollar cost average in below 40k, just to have a foot in the door for Bitcoin. I mean, I had the foot in the door already, but just to add to my longer term swing trading portfolio, because you never know. I always try to make people aware not to chase the lowest low, because you probably often will miss it. But of course I can't tell you when to buy. That is eventually everybody's own decision, because you earn your money in a hard way. It's hard earned money, isn't it? You certainly don't want to waste it. So try to come to your own decisions, conclusions. You need to do that in financial markets. Yeah, I mean, long term, we know that, we never know, but that the price is going to go up for Bitcoin long term, absolutely. I mean, that is what I believe. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here telling you about Bitcoin, because what is the alternative? If prices are not going to go up, it will die, because if markets don't go up, they go to zero. That is just how it is. So, but luckily, due to inflation and all the other factors, long term, markets go up. So we believe that for Bitcoin, and we are still so early. All right, that's my view about Bitcoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.